And welcome back to the Hulk Show. Oh my God. Wait, hold on. Monitors. Looks like new buttons or something popping up. Looks like, yeah, YouTube has like new features. Insert ads during a break. That's so fucking stupid. If YouTube wants to make more money, they got to quit fucking with their people. That's what they got to stop doing. If they stop fucking with people, they'll make a lot more money. All right. Welcome back to the Crypto Hulk program. I don't know anything about crypto. I don't know anything about financial advice. Do not buy anything. Do not sell anything. Even if I tell you to, don't fucking do it. There you go. There's your legal disclaimer. I'm just looking at the comments. This will be a last minute. This is a last minute video. I did not prep this. I had to make a trip. Had to make a trip recently, and I could only make one show a day. Now I've got the new channel, which is Patreon. And you can go into this video below it and see how to join that if you want. They're two separate channels. The information on one channel will not be on the other. Not always. Today will be an exception. I'm going to put the same thing that was on a Patreon on the YouTube. This will be, though, a $20 show. It'll go to the $10. It'll go to the, or this is a $15. Whatever I'm charging now, I have no idea. YouTube suggested I up the prices because I haven't changed anything for like 5 years or something, or 6 years. Or I had one change. Whatever it was, they said I needed to update it. So, okay. So whatever the 2024 crypto explosion is, it'll go to the lower level and then it'll go to a free show. I'm testing out Patreon to see how it works. And if my channel grows rapidly, then very possibly I'll just dump YouTube. Not sure. So we're going to see how the Patreon goes. Should you join both? I don't know. Should you? You got to answer your own questions. I don't allow underage people on my program. So there you go. I can't answer questions for you. You're supposed to be an adult. All right. Now we're going to go over IOTA. IOTA. It's difficult to get. It's 3 cents. It's 3.7 cents. According to my Grok, it's going to be possibly around $2,000 for one. Okay. So someone's like, is it expensive? Well, if you think 4 cents is expensive to make $2,000, I don't know what to tell you. I can't reason with that. You're on your own little planet Uranus somewhere. Okay. All righty there, buddy. We're going to go over this IOTA. Let me look here. We're going to look at this. We're going to go into the fun stuff. We're going to break with tradition. We are going to break with tradition and go straight to the money. Now, YouTube doesn't allow me, like Patreon, I could like scan a paragraph or maybe half a page. YouTube allows me to put like 50 words or something. It's ridiculous. So, I'm going to copy this right here. We're just going to go straight into how much money, Crypto Hulk, is this going to be worth? There we go. I just shared it with you right there. A high moon scenario. We're going to get into all this. I'll break it all down. I'm just getting to dessert. This is the fucking dessert right here. / moon scenario. $500, everybody. You spend 4 cents to make $500. Fucking genius level, okay? Genius level. High moon scenario, $500 to $2,000 per IOTA. Invest 4 cents to make $2,000. How the fuck are you going to ask me Is that shit expensive or isn't that expensive? Come on, man. What kind of fucking shit is that? This is probably right now, noise. Scrim de la Creme's like, noise. I'm telling you guys, finally now. See, here's what happened. We looked up IOTA before. It was the old IOTA. What IOTA did is hired people from Ripple to come over and give IOTA life support and give it to shockers, wherever those fucking shockers are, the AED shocking device. And now all of a sudden, Grok is given a different price prediction, not Crypto Hulk. I don't do price predictions. All roads lead to Ripple, says Con Cream. But yeah, that old crypto IOTA, Ripple came in, did open heart surgery, and brought it back to life. Now this bitch is $500 to $2,000. I'm like, shit. Now, it's tough to buy. It ain't easy. You got to be in certain countries or with defibrillator. That's it. Defibrillator. Yeah, I don't think that's a sexual device. That's definitely an open heart surgery kind of a stand back blast area clear. Choo-choo. So I'm telling you what, if you can get IOTA, get that shit. Okay, let's get into this article, and we're going to break down how the fuck are we going to get $2,000 out of this bitch, right? High moon scenario, $500 to $2,000. I'm just letting you know what Grok is saying. This is not what Crypto Hulk is saying. All the dumb shits out there. Crypto Hulk's giving price predictions just like everybody else. Oh, I'm giving one? No, why don't you get some brains and get the fuck off my show? How about that? IOTA becomes the dominant neutral public infrastructure for a huge portion of global tokenized trade. Everybody, this one's going to be it. Oh, shit. I'm talking to the $200 people, and they're calling me on the phone like, Crypto Hulk, you got to stop it. I'm like, well, there's probably a lot of things people think I need to stop. What in particular do I need to stop? Humor me this. You're paying me $200 a month. Humor, what you tell me what I got to stop. Now, of course, they were just joking. Like, you got to stop making such good crypto programs because I got to buy everything you fucking say. This one guy says he puts like $100 to $200. Another one of those got like over 100 cryptos and shit. And he's like, every time you do a show, man, it's just, fuck, I got to get there. This is the one. And I'm like, look, man. And then he said, I showed this program I'm doing right now. I did this morning in the hotel room. That's why my lighting is different here and stuff. And probably it sounds different. I don't know. He's like, damn, man. And he was funny. I have no problem with the guy. You know, it's true. I show you good crypto, right? And I say, he's asked me, so did you buy IOTA yet? I'm like, no, I don't have it. I wish Caitlin Brown or something had it. But I said, look, also, I can't buy everything on my program. And I said, shit, dude, like, I mean, I make the shows. This IOTA is fucking awesome, okay? I mean, seriously, $500 to $2,000. Oh, man. Let me read this. So, IOTA becomes, now this is if, Grok is giving these price predictions. If IOTA becomes, and that's an if, that's why this is a wildly speculative price prediction. I don't know when this is going to happen. I don't even know if it's going to happen. I'm having fun, okay? F-U-N. And if you don't like it, F-U. How about that? IOTA becomes, hey, some of you guys, if this happens, congratulations. You're a fucking champ. If you get richer than Crypto Hulk, that's still okay. We're not having a pissing contest. Everybody line up, okay. if IOTA becomes the dominant neutral public infrastructure for a huge portion of the global tokenized trade, then, if and then, see what we got here? Little critical thinking skills. I'm giving if-then statements. If it becomes the supply chain king and all that, digital identities, with 100% capacity utilization. So IOTA is doing what it was planned to do, and IOTA is operating at 100% of its capacity. Then you'll see a $500, $2,000 just for one. Now you see why these governments don't want you getting involved in this. They don't want you buying the shit. They don't want you putting out wallets. Nothing, man. They're not going to want you to have shit. Now, they let everybody buy these cryptos. Then they started making it tougher and all that shit because they need you to test it. See, we're all the test rats. And then when they know that certain cryptos are good, they won't let you buy them. Think of some of these cryptos that we have now. It's easy to buy XRP, but at one point, weren't they? They were trying to stop everybody from buying XRP, huh? Delisting it and all that stuff. This IOTA, it's hard to get. And you want to know why? Because at 2,000 plus, this is saying it'll go from 500 maybe to 2,000 plus. Oh, shit. Crypto, you mean it might hit 4,000? Maybe. Oh, and it costs how much? 3.7 cents. Oh, fuck me. So you put in $300. Put in $100. Get like, whatever, 300 of them or some shit, you know? Or get 3,000, whatever. I mean, whatever, man. Just fucking get it now. Damn it. Do it, damn it. Bill, I'm sorry for the cussing. Not billions to trillions. If this coin can generate billions to trillions in economic activity, generate relentless transaction volume. If it does burns, oh man, Crypto Hulk, you mean they might burn these tokens? Well, what did they do at Stellar? At Stellar, they burned up 50 billion. You don't think XRP, they're gonna burn all this shit up, man. And then this thing's gonna rip. You're gonna see a $2,000 IOTA. And it's starting in Africa. It's gonna hook up the whole fucking continent of Africa. I already told you already. If Africa don't get all hooked up, you ain't rich. Now, let's go to the very beginning. Stop being all dramatic, Crypto Hulk. Well, it's exciting to find crypto like this. Sell more tampons, Tim, says Stuart Lavelle. Oh, my God. Tampon Tim says, your show do the same thing to me. Then I start researching, and shit, everything has a great connection. All I need is more collateral. You know, look, I always ask Jim, Caleb Brown for IOTA. I know, man. Okay, just look. At my program, we're early. We're ahead of curves, okay? I changed the show up, the format, about last year around March. I kind of changed the format of the show up and became more of an aggressively investor channel. But I'm not a financial advisor. I'm actually a drug addict hooked on 5 pounds of coke. I snort 5 pounds of coke a day and eat 3,000 LSD tablets every single day. Stephen Morris says it's not a big deal. I'm not even at 40 tons yet. Metric tons, mind you. And he says, are rookie numbers. I'm like, fuck you, Stephen Morris. I could do more drugs than you ever could imagine. Crypto Hulk's like bragging about how many drugs it does. Okay, let's get into this. We got something called Adapt. We're going to spend the whole show on IOTA. So what does that mean? When Crypto Hulk spends a whole fucking show on one crypto, it means buy that shit. Okay, excuse me. There's something called adapt. I'm trying to show you. Now we're going to get in to the foundation, the nuts and the bolts, the meat and potatoes. You already had your dessert. We already talked about this motherfucking thing going to $2,000 plus, okay? Now, let's learn what the fuck is it and see if it makes sense. I don't want you to invest in some dumb shit just because I'm going to tell you it's going to maybe go to $2,000. I want you to understand what the fuck is IOTA. You've got to understand what this shit is, man. You can't just start buying shit. Now, I do have some whales that call me. They got 5 minutes, and they want to know. Some dude would call me and say, I got 15 grand. What do I buy? And I got 5 minutes. I'm like, fuck. He doesn't want a history lesson on this shit. He already knows. I've done the research, this and that. I call up Crypto Hulk. That's what he does. I call up Crypto Hulk. I get 5 minutes, and he gives me one. He might say, I got 10 grand, and I want to put it in 3 cryptos, and I got 5 minutes, and I need your answer. Okay? I got $15,000. I want 2 cryptos. Which 2 would you buy right now? So that's what some people do. They don't got time. They just call and want to know what the crypto is, and then they fucking buy it. They don't ever. They just hold it. They don't trade or buy. They just, whatever I tell them it is, they just buy it and hold it. But I guess if you have that much money, it doesn't really fucking matter. There's something called ADAPT. It's the Africa Digital Access and Public Infrastructure for Trade. Is a major real-world digital trade infrastructure. This whole platform, IOTA has the solution. Now remember, all good cryptos work together. IOTA does what it does. It do what it do. Then you got Stellar. It does what it does. Fucking HBAR does what it does, okay? I don't, honestly, okay. The top 15 to 20 cryptos, I think they're all going to be valuable. I don't know. People are asking me, what price do you think? Hey, I don't know about price. If Grok says a price, 500 to 2,000, I guess that's a valuable one. I'm doing that for fun, showing you the price and all that. We got to have some fun now and then because this crypto shit's fucking killing me. Everything I love is killing me. Crypto Hulk, you weren't singing Alan Jackson on the show, are you? No, man, I would never do that. Shit. So we got this platform. It's called Adapt. IOTA has a global platform, and now they're implementing it. Just thought I'd let you know. Not a big deal, though. Don't go out and buy it because you might turn 3 cents into $2,000, okay? God forbid you do that. All right. So this Adapt is powered by IOTA's distributed ledger technology. It's focused on tokenization. Everybody, they're taking real world stuff and putting it into a token form. Just saying, they have digital identity already. Oh my God. They have verifiable data exchange. Oh man. And they have payment interoperability. They got all that from Ripple, by the way, just saying. Adapt, the platform, builds a shared, open digital public infrastructure for what? Intra-African trade. All these, okay, look, Africa's a continent. Yes, Crypto Hulk, we learned this in 5th grade. Shut up, Jimmy, you little bastard. That's why your parents gave you up, you little fuck. This IOTA, look, if you look at Africa, it's a continent, but it's got like 50 plus countries in there. Some of these motherfuckers, they hate each other and try to kill each other, right? So what you got going on is you've got to connect all these countries somehow on a platform. I got to be able to go from Tanzania to Mozambique and be able to buy shit and interoperate, not have to trade the money and all that dumb shit, right? I should be able to maybe have a microchip in my hand go into Africa, put the microchip on it, do a little eye scan, and buy shit that I want to get. And it converts into Mozambique money because the people from Tanzania don't want the Mozambique money. See, nobody wants anybody else's money. IOTA's going to fix all that with that. Think about how siloed, how splintered, how broken up Africa is. They're on the same island. Let's say. Crypto Hulk, it's not an island. Shut up, Jimmy. They're on the same parcel of land. Well, that's a little better, Crypto Hulk. And you've got to be able to have trade. You can't have filling out this paper stuff and make 30 copies. No, that shit ain't going to work, man. In order for Africa needs to take off financially. The problem with Africa, IOTA fixes the problem. And that problem is you got 55 countries, 55 different monies. Some people say a crypto is this, a currency. Another said, okay, when this platform comes out and they all start using it, Africans will be able to travel throughout seamlessly, buying and selling. And if in a certain country you can't buy something, that platform will shut it down to where you can't buy it, whatever it is, okay? It's going to be interoperable, and they're all going to use it. Digital ID, everything. You won't have to have your ID. Just walk in there, do an eyeball scan, facial selfie and shit. It'll know who you are. Oh, yeah, thumbprint, palm print, whatever it is. It's all coming, everybody. The slave system will be here in about 10 to 20 years. It'll be real bad, just letting you know. One ring that'll rule them all, okay? Now, ADAPT builds a shared, open, digital public infrastructure for intra-African trade under the African, it's called AFCFTA, the African Continental Free Trade Area. It addresses fragmented regulations. Countries can have different regs, like I was talking about. It won't matter. This blockchain will know where you're at and what the rules are, what you can buy and can't buy, okay? Maybe you'll have to identify. They will identify you, actually. You won't be identifying yourself, so you can't come out of the closet. But that's another whole nother subject. Let's not get into that. But you can be somebody... You will be identified as a Mozambican, and if you go into fucking Chad and your government maybe doesn't want you to buy Coke, you can't go to Chad to go buy Coke and snort it, okay? I'm just giving a crude example that's simple and straight to the point, actually. So this will be able to identify and track you everywhere you go, and maybe your government will allow you... So this IOTA, it addresses fragmented regulations, paper-based processes, okay, where you got to have this signed and that stamped and this paper this and send this copy there. All shit's going away. What this is going to do is drastically speed up African trade. In this country, they're going to start getting much richer, okay? Money's going to start flowing into Africa. Factories could get put up and built. But Africa right now is small to mid-sized business. Primarily little tiny, they don't really have any industry there, okay? That's all going to change. With this right here, IOTA will change the face of the entire world, all right? They're starting with Africa. Just thought I'd let you know it's cheap as fuck right now at 3.7 cents. Just saying. What this will help, IOTA will change expensive, slow payments. Right now in Africa, it's very expensive to send money and it's very slow. All that's going to change. In Africa, they have a lack of trusted digital identities and a massive trade finance gap. What this IOTA crypto will do will move in on XDC. Oh, shit, Monica. I'm telling you, This deals with trade finance. What is XDC? Well, it's trade finance crypto Hulk. Oh, yes, it is. This one here has digital ID, all kinds of cool bells and whistles and thingamajigs, and you can play with it all you can imagine. Again, this crypto has cheap, fast payments. It helps with regulations. It changes all the paper-based processes. It's fast and cheap. You can do digital ID with this, and it helps with trade finance. All of this in IOTA. I'm telling you, if you have the same amount of money, I'm just telling you, don't do what I'm telling you. But if you look at how much is XDC, and it does trade finance, it does like one thing or something, right? This does a whole. This one is going to change the whole continent of Africa and then change the world, in my opinion. This does a lot to get people connected. IOTA's main purpose is to connect people, payments, ID, and make stuff flow. Regulations. Yeah, these other cryptos don't do this. So IOTA, I'm telling you, it's about the same price as XDC. If it's me, I'm buying IOTA. Now, you can buy XDC. I'm not telling you don't buy it or to sell it. Or you got to make that decision for yourself. But I'm looking at this saying, oh, shit. I'm thinking my next Crypto Hulk paycheck, this shit right here, if I can get my hands on it, I'll have to talk to good old Caleb again. But they can't get into nothing unless liquidity is good and all that. So, you know, one of the reasons why, if you get into something with shitty liquidity and you get a massive impact fee, Caleb Brown pays that shit. So it's kind of like they're not. If you go buy some, $5,000 or $10,000 of this shit, and you try to dump it right away with shitty ass liquidity, it might cost Caleb Brown $1,000 to $2,000 for you to sell your shit. They're not trying to do all that, okay? So you don't have to pay because, see, Caleb Brown covers that. That's why MetaMask wallet, you might see a crypto that's cheap, and you say, oh, well, yeah, I don't. Yeah, but that impact fee comes in. Oh, shit. At Caleb Brown, you don't pay that. On MetaMask, that's why I didn't sell off my Rise. I had $25,000 of that shit, and those motherfuckers wanted $2,000 to sell it. And I'm like, what? Yeah, at least $2,000 to dump it. At Caleb Brown, you just dump it. You don't pay no impact fee. See? So right there, if Caleb Brown had that Rise, you could have saved $2,000 because they don't charge shit. So they're very careful about what cryptos they get because they don't want to get stuck in some fucked up, no liquidity crypto where at the end of the day, it's going to cost them $2,000 to sell your crypto for you because you're not paying that. They pay it. So there you go. So they're not going to cover this until liquidity gets good with IOTA because they're getting stuck with a big fucking bill and they don't want to pay it. And I agree. I wouldn't want them to pay it either. Okay, what is the key function of ADAPT? It's digital identity for businesses and institutions. ADAPT is going to help cross-border verifiable data like digital bills of lading, certificate of origin, custom documents. This is what IOTA does. All this stuff. XDC doesn't do this at all. Interoperable payments, including stablecoin testing and settlement. It has tokenization. These other cryptos don't do that. The Rise token is a tokenization crypto. So is IOTA. Oh, shit. Tokenization for real-world assets like commodities. It tokenizes. IOTA tokenizes commodities. For instance, enabling better trade finance and liquidity. Now, there's something called TWIN, Trade Worldwide Information Network. TWIN serves as the open digital trade interoperability stack underpinning ADAPT, building on prior IOTA pilots like TLIP in Kenya. That's TLIP in Kenya. It's a flower export, significant reductions in paperwork and clearance times. This adapt targets leapfrogging legacy systems for efficiency. Okay, so what is this leapfrogging thing? This is how you flip a switch, okay? Let's say Africa, they don't have the phone lines in the ground, right? Let's say they don't have all these you don't have these big cables running down the street, going to their house. They don't have all this high-speed internet through cable, right? That stuff's terribly expensive. We got to get the cable, dig a hole in the ground, and it's a lot of, it costs billions, okay, to do this. It's called infrastructure. What if you could get everybody a phone and you could make it cheap? You know how much does iPhone really cost? They say, like, somebody put in there, how much does the iPhone cost? One of you guys are really fucking smart and know this shit. Look it up. How much does really an iPhone cost Apple to make? They get it in China or something, right? So how much is it? Somebody tell me. James Zar says, I want everything Hulk says too. The struggle is real. IOTA's on the Exodus wallet. Oh, should have told me that. Son of a bitch. Okay. Looks like there's a delay. I asked a question and it's like, maybe it's on a 1 minute delay or something here. $30. $2. MAB says $2. Joel Leho says 30. Let's go in the middle somewhere. $15. Sounds about, I've heard that kind of shit too. Like it's real cheap. Over 1,000. Are you serious? The real cost of a fucking Apple phone to buy that shit, how much it really costs Apple to make it? Maybe it's like $50 or something, you know? It's like insanely cheap. And they sell it for like $1,300 or whatever they sell it for, $1,700, like the big phone. So anyhow, it looks like there's such a delay on here. Then again, we got 66 people in there. Kosi's probably drinking a bunch of whiskey. So what you do in Africa is you leapfrog. Let me go back to this because nobody's answering the question or it's taking too long. This targets, IOTA targets leapfrogging legacy systems. Okay, so you have all the bills of lading. Like if you trade from company to country, you might have 30 different pieces of paper. You have to sign this, stamp that, autograph this, get a copy of that. It's fucking ridiculous. And then you've got to lay the wires, the fiber optic cables and shit. What if you just gave everybody a $30 iPhone? Elon Musk runs Starlink. Let's say he does this shit for free for your country. Do you realize you can hook up a whole country and everybody just needs a fucking phone and that's it? And but let's say the country puts in these repeaters. You got to put repeaters in, which isn't that expensive. You could really hook up like a whole fucking country like Zimbabwe for like next to nothing, okay? Leapfrogging is when you forget the traditional infrastructure. Just go with the quick shit, okay? Do you know how expensive a computer was like 20 years ago? That shit was like $3,000 for a home computer 20, 30 years ago or 40 years ago. For a powerful one? Oh yeah, you'll spend, you know how much a cell phone was when they first came out? It was like $3,000. In today's money, that's probably $10,000 for a cell phone. Now I can get a cell phone really for like free. A lot of these places is free. Just pay a monthly fee of $50. In the old days, a cell phone, man, it was like $300, $400, $500. I remember how much it cost. I had one. That shit was so fucking expensive for a cell phone. Now it's like, shit, man, you can get a phone for free and you pay $30 a month. Leapfrogging is when you skip the old school technology and laying fiber optic. You just grab a fucking cell phone and use Starlink and you're good to go. It's cheap. That's what leapfrog is. You just leave all that old expensive technology behind and go with the newest, latest, and greatest. That's how Africa is going to get hooked up. They're not laying millions of fiber optic cable. No fucking way. They're doing cell phone and Starlink, shit like that, okay? IOTA on Uphold also. Okay, K-Ray says $3,000 for a 1998 for a gateway computer. Okay, I remember those. Okay, Chris Sharpie says it costs about $400 to make an iPhone. Okay, $400. All right. So now that's for an iPhone. Hey, these people in Africa, when you're desperate out there, you can get, man, you'll have companies giving these people phones because it's cheap. Anyhow, let me get past that. Let's get moving here. Now, what's very interesting, so that's leapfrogging. That's how you get Africa quickly. You hook them up quickly with phones. You can hook up the country with phones, download they could do all this shit in probably a month. Ship all these phones, get everybody a telephone, get the Starlink running, have them all down, have the phones loaded with wallets all ready to go. Shit, I don't know. Maybe you could do it in, I don't know how long it would take. A week, a month? It's not going to take years. That's what's happening in here. I'm showing you right now. IOTA is hooking up Africa. And I always told you, if Africa ain't hooked up, you ain't getting rich. That's just how it is. All these other poor countries and stuff, all right? They're going to get hooked up with the quickness. IOTA Foundation, now listen to this. It's a nonprofit. And it's out of Germany. Ripple's First Bank, Fedor Bank, out of Germany. 2015-14, sold to France. The government of France bought that. What did the government of France also buy? The XRP Ledger Foundation. Oh, shit. They own that shit, too. Okay, back to the books here. IOTA Foundation, Germany-based, developed IOTA as a DAG, a DAG. It's called Tangle, Tangle. It's a distributed ledger network, not traditional blockchain. Guess what? This IOTA ain't getting hacked. No, senor. Don Quixote, no está. IOTA is not getting hacked. You don't have to worry. That's starting to look pretty good now, huh? They don't have to worry about a quantum computer hacking this shit. That fucking shit ain't going to happen. You can't attack a DAG with a quantum computer. And if you can, it's going to be an easy super fix. It's not even a big deal to fix that shit. That's what's going to make this crypto massively important, okay? This already has an Ethereum virtual machine compatibility. IOTA will be compatible with every single fucking chain. Oh, man. I'm not going to get into the two guys that started it, or the two or three guys or whatever. We'll skip past that. IOTA has an identity/trust framework, tokenization for real-world assets, and interoperability standards. Oh, man, this one, I think you're going to get a stiffy. Let's look here. Oh, now, with all good stuff, no, here we go. Now we got some bad news. Damn it. It always is like that. Everything always starts off good, and then there's something really bad that happens. Kind of like when I was young, most of my relationships. Key partners. Now, here's the bad right here. Here's the bad. You've got the communist United Kingdom coming into this motherfucker. This IOTA has a partner. It's called the Tony Blair Institute for Global Change. Oh, shit, you already know. This is some democratic fucking communist dumb shit. The Tony Blair out of United Kingdom Institute for Global Change. I already am not liking this, but here we go. Oh, now look who's also a partner. His sidekick, Klaus Schwab, the guy that's like, you'll have nothing and be happy. The World Economic Forum is a partner of this. Oh, God, it's all Crypto Hulk. It went bad real quick. It's like you're sporting a full-grown Woodstock, watching midget porn on your computer, and just like this picture of Maxine Waters pops up from somewhere, and you're like, oh, God, no, get out of my head. Oh, that was horrible. Oh, man, it's a buzz buster. And your limp is a wet noodle, okay? This is what's happening. You got this Tony Blair global change thing, World Economic Forum. This is all about control, everybody. I'm just letting you know. This is the way the powers that be will control everybody in the World Economic Forum. And the communist Tony Blair is right there trying to get control of everybody. Now, Kenya and Morocco and Nigeria are the first implementers of this. Also, Rwanda, Ghana, they're all backing this. Oh, man, Crypto Hulk. Trademark Africa. And that's how we get rich. I didn't say you'd be free, but you'd be rich. And eventually they're going to take it from you. But, hey, in the beginning, it's going to be all good. And then it's going to be all bad. You'll have 7 fat years of harvest and then 7 years of starving. Right after that, you'll see. Just like the good book. Connections. Implementation officially underway in Morocco, Kenya, Nigeria. As this was announced, May 2026. It was just announced. Country implementation for digital ID integration. Regulatory testing is going on for stablecoins and digital currency. Governance, tech, use cases, all the stuff's going on with this. They're letting it loose. Oh, man. Okay, here we go. Adapt platform by IOTA represents one of the most ambitious institutional business to business and government DLT deployments in crypto. A serious push. Everybody, here we go. A serious push into real world asset tokenization. How does your crypto get rich? Global crypto laws and regulations and global tokenization. What are we seeing here? A serious push into real. They're going to be tokenizing everything. Now, are you going to see IOTA go up? No, it's probably going to go down. Okay, they're going to use dark pools and private ledgers. You're not going to see a fucking thing here. You're going to get in cheap, and it might dump to 2 cents. Okay, we're going to ignore price. We're going to focus on use case. And why are they doing all this? Why is the World Economic Forum involved with Tony Blair and all this, huh? They got to get control of Africa, and this is how it's done. They're going to start tokenizing a whole bunch of stuff in Africa, and you're not going to see it because they're going to have it off-chain. And then, all of a sudden, like a thief in the night, they're going to flip the light switch on, and it's game time, okay? That's how this works. So understand what crypto this is, because if you don't watch my program and you're a fucking dumbass and you're going to go buy this shit, and then when it dumps, your stupid ass is going to go selling it because you're so fucked up, you don't even understand what you bought, okay? This crypto is massive. It might dump to 2 cents or a penny. And you'd be like, oh, I'm losing all this money. No, you've lost your sense because you don't have any fucking sense. Watch this fucking program and learn. That's why we're going over this shit, man. Okay. Here's what Grok says. This adapt is infrastructure material for long-term watchers. Not next week, not next month. More likely next year, the year after. Long-term watchers of tokenization, okay? Grok says, for you, Crypto Hulk, so Grok already knows. Let me do a copy and paste. For you, Crypto Hulk, for your Crypto Hulk content, it's a strong narrative on Africa leapfrogging legacy systems via IOTA powered public infrastructure. That's what we got going on right here. Then I asked Grok, let's wildly speculate. So here's what I asked Grok when I came up with that price. That's how I got this price right here. Wild speculation mode activated, Grok says. The whole world's got crypto laws. There's 100% crypto adoption in the world, okay? IOTA is at full capacity, all right? Grok says this is purely hypothetical entertainment grade speculation for content like your Crypto Hulk YouTube deep dives. That's what Grok says. That said, let's run the numbers and the narrative on what IOTA running at 100% capacity globally for its core use case could, Grok said it could mean under extreme bullish assumptions. There we go. Then we get into low, medium. So the low numbers, Grok is saying $8 to $25. The mid-size numbers, Grok says if IOTA becomes, listen to this, if IOTA becomes a top 20 to 30 crypto, IOTA can hit $25. A medium case, here's the medium. If IOTA becomes, and I think this one definitely, if IOTA becomes a top 10 crypto, everybody, it should hit $200 according to Grok. Just the top 10. Doesn't have to be all cray and doing major shit. Just it's got to make it in the top 10. It'll be worth $200. Lastly, if Grok becomes like top 1, 2, or 3, it should be worth $2,000. So there you go. Grok, okay, I'm not going to get into the deep dive with XDC because we're starting to get low on time. They do share, XDC and IOTA share the trade finance portion. That's it. IOTA does much, much more, okay? So in that respect, IOTA's not going to necessarily take over IOTA, none of that. It will affect trade finance. Oh, yeah, because IOTA, that's what it specializes in, about 5 different things. XDC is very narrow in scope. So let's take a little look. Okay, both are business to business. Both IOTA and XDC are business to business institutional plays in the same broad ocean, okay? Digitizing the $35 trillion plus global trade economy. Heavy overlap in trade finance, but a differentiated execution. Let me copy that and give you that. So there's a chance that if They tweaked IOTA a little bit with the code or whatever. It might start doing some stuff that XDC does. Will IOTA take business away from XDC? Not a clean zero-sum takeover. More parallel tracks. Let me copy and paste this. Okay. Will IOTA take business away from XDC? Grok says not a clean zero-sum, but more parallel tracks with potential complementary. So both target trade digitization. Okay, here's where they share. I mean, IOTA is a different crypto, so I don't really see them really affecting each other. But there are some similarities. Right here, they have shared ground. Both target trade digitization. So IOTA is coming up with digital ID and trade. Hey, it might, there's some competition here. They both deal with verified data, documents, tokenized real-world assets. They're very similar, everybody. Community voices sometimes call them complementary. So again, good cryptos work together. So IOTA's edge, stronger positioning for government-led multilateral digital trade rails. This is where IOTA shines, because the African governments don't give their people like the freedoms that we have in America. So this crypto may just stick with certain countries like dictatorships or something where the government has a lot of control over the people. So here we have IOTA. Let me do a copy and a paste. IOTA's edge, it's public infrastructure. IOTA works best with governments that are more controlling over their people, okay? Stronger positioning for government-led. Now, America, this could take over. If the Democrats flip it and make this country communist, then they'll be more IOTA-friendly. IOTA is superior. IOTA is superior over XDC for high-volume, data-heavy use cases. Let me copy and paste this right here. This is where IOTA, look, XDC is going to be good at some things, and IOTA will be good at other things. Right there, IOTA is superior for high-volume, data-heavy use cases, like verifiable credentials, tamper-proof documents. Now, that sounds kind of like the XYO, doesn't it? Remember what XYO does? It makes copies. It checks the agents. XYO crypto takes what the agents are doing, and they put it on a blockchain to verify documents. So this is a very XYO kind of is doing the same thing here. So tamper-proof documents, digital identity at a continental scale. DAG architecture shines for massive data flows. IOTA could become foundational public backbone. Oh, right here. Yeah, buddy. Now we're going to look at those quotes. I'm pulling quotes right out of Grok. In a world of crypto laws and 100% adoption, IOTA could become the foundational public digital trade backbone. Oh, shit. Now, where's XDC's edge? It has deeper direct integrations with trade finance organizations and banks. Better tooling for financial primitives, tokenization and distributing trade assets. It's ISO 20022 for payments. This XDC is more bank ready. XDC is better insulated in private traditional finance tokenization and asset distribution. Banks and originators may prefer its instrument-focused ecosystem. So, XDC is more of a private for like banks, smaller trade finance stuff, very specialized what its use case is, whereas IOTA is more for the public, maybe for government use, where it's more like that, okay? More of the countries in the world. I could see IOTA in China, Russia, Cuba, these countries that are really government, Central America, some of these Central American countries in South America where they're almost socialist, like Brazil, Mexico, and shit like that. Canada, communist Canada. And IOTA, XDC would probably be more of a bank use crypto where they want private stuff to go on, not for governments really to use. Hey, if it's me, I'm going with IOTA. But what do I know, right? It's all the drugs. Okay, let me check the comment section. And we are at 56 minutes, so we're done. Okay. All right. $100 gets you 2,500 IOTA. And Chris Sharpie says, Uphold has had IOTA for probably a year now. Okay, that'll do it for the Crypto Hawk Show. I'm going to let this show loose to the lower level membership people, and then it's going to the public after that, and I'll see you in the next one.